What is going on, everybody? This is Yes, I Read That, and today I'm reviewing Lady of the Lake by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is the final book in the Witcher series, and finally I've done it. Not that it was bad or hard, but it was just so long. I mean, 7 books. So yeah, if you're unfamiliar with the series, make sure to check out my review of The Last Wish, which is the first book in the series, and it's a phenomenal book, so check that out. And this book has a pretty interesting way to wrap up the story so far. I'll go straight in, talk about the story a bit, and then give you my likes and dislikes and my score for the book. So the book starts off with a historian in the future trying to find the true history of what happened to Ciri after she jumped from her original world to another one. And it seems like all the history is kind of mixed up, and certain historians made their own twist, certain artists made a, interpretation, and it all got kind of mixed up and nobody really knows where she ended up. So she requests the help of a medium who can dream, and in her dreams she can relive certain scenes from the past. And through the dreams of this medium, we relive the story and we get to know what happens to Geralt a bit, and then we get to know what happens to Ciri. So Ciri ends up in a world inhabited by elves and unicorns. The king of the elves wants to force her to bear a child for him, and he wants to create a child of the elder blood with her blood and his blood, and this child should rule the world or something like that. Obviously, Ciri doesn't want this, so she ends up escaping with the help of a unicorn, and she manages to escape the barrier and travel to another world and another time. And from then on, she tries to jump worlds and jump times all the time in search of her original world and original time, because she wants to help Geralt and Yennefer. Meanwhile, Geralt makes his way to Vilgefort's castle because he knows that Yennefer is there and he wants to help her escape. So in the end, they all try to make their way to Vilgefort's castle. I'm not going to spoil too much here. There's going to be a pretty good fight in the end, a pretty epic battle, and yeah, from then on the story kind of trickles away and we get to know what happens to all the characters that we saw in the book and that we got to know, and yeah, that's about it for the story. So I'm going to tell you my likes and dislikes. The first thing I liked was that we got an ending for every single character we got to know. We know what happened to all of them, and I think not a lot of books do that really every side character has his own fate in the book, or we at least get to know what happens to them. There's a focus on Ciri, which I enjoyed a lot because she should have been more of a main character all the time, and obviously there's a pretty epic ending, and I also enjoyed that ending and that battle in the end. So my dislikes, honestly, I have to say I disliked a few things about the book, mainly how the storytelling was done. I think the writing style is still good, but the choices made are pretty weird and a bit sloppy here. And one thing is the beginning of the book, where there is this historian, the Lady of the Lake, who tries to reconstruct the history of Ciri, which is ultimately completely irrelevant to the rest of the story. There are so many jumps between times and worlds, and it's kind of confusing, and there are so many different styles of telling a story that clash here that I think Sapkowski just tried to mix in too many new things, and I don't know, for me it didn't really work out. So my overall score for the book is a 7 out of 10, which I feel might still be generous, but in my opinion, this was a bit of an underwhelming last book in the series. I feel like what happened here could have been compressed to really a much shorter book, but honestly, that's what I've been feeling for all of the books so far, and I still kind of like them, so yeah. The overall story still remains nice, and the writing style itself is obviously still the same, so overall I feel like the 7 out of 10 is justified, but yeah, I didn't really like the writing choices that Sapkowski made here. So yeah, this concludes my review for the last Witcher book. I'm done with the series now. There is another book that was released, I think last year or this year. I'll have to see if I will read that one, but not soon, maybe sometime later this year, but we'll see. For now, I'm done with the Witcher books. So yeah, if you've read the book, make sure to let me know what you think in the comments below. this wraps up my review, so if you liked the video, make sure to drop a like and maybe sub to this channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye!